Em 25 de agosto, a gente finalmente vai poder jogar Psychonauts 2, a continuação que os fãs estão esperando há mais de 15 anos. Foi uma longa jornada para o estúdio Double Fine, comandado por Tim Schafer, criador do Psychonauts original. Nesse meio do caminho, a Double Fine foi adquirida pela Microsoft em 2019. Será que fazer parte dessa empresa gigante mudou o estilo da Double Fine? E como é que isso impactou na finalização de Psychonauts 2? Foi isso que a gente conversou num papo exclusivo com o Tim Schafer, que você vai conferir agora. Mas antes, se inscreve no canal, deixa o seu like e ativa o sininho, porque aqui no Start tem vídeo novo todo dia.
You know, there was some feedback of things to improve, of course, but I think there was also a lot of feedback about how specific levels touched them in a certain way. And I think the statement that always stuck with me was when someone said that every level in this game is essentially about healing. And I think that wasn't something, you know, I'm trying to think if I meant to do that back then, or if that's just kind of came out of the story.
Never do that. I could never heal everyone.
You know, that we were showing what it's like inside someone's mind. And when you show what the world inside someone's mind is like, you can't help but create empathy for that person because you're seeing what they're struggling with. So I think that was something that meant a lot to players of the first game, and something that we're doing much more on purpose, I would say, in the second game.
You have a water phobia? Me too!
It's strange that even the most stressful times you have a lot of like new ideas, and near the end of the game, I was still having ideas for levels for the game, and I was writing them in this notebook, you know, ideas for new powers and stuff. And also the idea that really stuck with me is, you know, this is all about a really cool secret spy organization that you experience through a couple of people at a summer camp. You know, it's like, I really want to go to headquarters. I really want to see this organization in its, you know, in the heart of it. And so that's why one thing that was really driving me was to show the Psychonauts in their natural environment, which we call the Mother Lobe, which is the headquarters of the Psychonauts organization. So that was a big inspiration and driving force.
Headquarters! Look at all these gadgets.
The mind is the final frontier of human.
Well, I think to finish the game before we became part of Xbox, we were going to have to make a lot of trade-offs. Every game has trade-offs, but they were big trade-offs. You know, we were going to lose maybe our boss monsters and maybe a lot of polish for the game. And but becoming part of Xbox, they were asking us, like, what would you do if you had more resources? What would you do if you had more you know, comfort and safety in which to do your creative works? And we, you know, we said we wanted a little more time. We wanted to put our boss fights back in, and we wanted to polish the game a lot. And they were very supportive of that, and that's why we got all those things and are able to make Psychonauts 2 what we really, really hoped it would be. Yeah, but they have a certain philosophy about the studios that have joined. Something I think a lesson they learned really well when they successfully brought Minecraft on, which was obviously a lot at stake there with such a beloved game. And I think they came to value bringing on teams and letting them stay independent, letting them stay themselves, and not absorbing them into the giant company, but actually learning how to keep a small entity, have its own personality and its own culture. And that's what has turned out to be. Like, we're still Double Fine, very much the Double Fine we were before. And it's just that now we have this big friend to help us out.
Doing things. Its own way of protecting itself from outsiders.
It was a lovely show. We were there in Rio, and we had a great time meeting people at the center where they had the convention. And I feel a lot of the people, everyone was so nice, and they drove us around. They showed us. We went up to see the giant Cristo, and we saw everything you can imagine. The beach, obviously, the really colorful stairs and the churches and all these great sights. And it was like a big hug. It was a very, just there's a big crowd at the show, and just everyone was very warm and welcoming, and the food was great. Have I mentioned that yet? Yeah, the food was great. People knew as soon as the game started that it was something special. Something special was going to happen. I definitely am still playing games. I think it's really important. It's like a professional thing. You have to keep playing games, because that's usually when I get great ideas. Even when I'm playing this totally different type of game, I'll just being in touch with what I like when I play, like, makes me think about different things you could do. I was just and I was just being on Game Pass, I was like, have access to. I was like, I never did play Yakuza, so like I started playing the Yakuza games, and they're a whole special treat unto themselves. But then right next to it was Zombies Ate My Neighbors, the old LucasArts game that I was there when they made that in the next building. And so it's such a different one night to another what you're playing, but there's so many options now that it's just fun that you can catch up on stuff that you always meant to play or that you want to go back to.
Yes, if I can find some bacon.
I mean, with the right partners, that stuff can work. We did it with Costume Quest. Costume Quest was turned into a really great animated series, and we're not against that kind of thing, but we really like to focus on the games. Always games first. But you never know. I thought you were going to say, will Raz be appearing in Halo? And I thought, how did that leak? Oh my gosh, I've been so tight-lipped about that. But the big Psychonauts level, it's so secret. So please don't tell anyone else about that. By the way, that is a joke. I'm raising the joke flag in case anyone...
I know.